Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Ersin Nakışçı. I am the director of Antalya director of the Gain Global. As you might, as Mr. Haznedar like introduce our platform to you guys probably before. I've been in the entrepreneur ecosystem since 2003, and I'm proudly serve this ecosystem in most of the cities of Turkey with organizing some events for the entrepreneurs and being a mentor for more than 100 individual entrepreneurs. And in the last 4 years, we are organizing events in Antalya and in Turkey, sometimes globally with Going Global, with the leadership of the Ismail Haznedar. And today, thanks to GCI Eurasia, Eurasia also as well to organize this meeting and gather all of us in here. I would like to talk about the psychology of the entrepreneur with you. As we know, it's really a hard thing to do, first of all. It had a psychology of an entrepreneur is between like being successful or don't fail and do everything as you can, work harder than everybody else. Like in this all these matters, where the psychology of entrepreneur is, let's say, shortly messed up. So let's go and start with like what can we examine today all together. I think success and failure is a dilemma in a entrepreneur mindset. So we are, as all entrepreneurs, walks on the edge of a knife, and it's a hard path to walk. Let's think like you know, instead of like all other people who are like spending their Saturday with their friends or with their family, we all try to come here, like share our valuable time to here and try to learn something from each other. So it needs a lot to put in. So in our mind, in entrepreneurs' mind, success and failure is a dilemma. So one side of the knife is success and the other side is really a failure. So I would like to talk like what makes an entrepreneur successful and why 95% of all the entrepreneurs fail. Let's talk about it a little bit. I think if we share it two sides, success and failure, success has three options in it. One is mindset, the other one is the soul set, and the third one is the health set. So mindset. I think before talking about anything else, the most important question with all the research and with all my experience until now is the most important question is asking, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? This is the most important question before talking about what you are doing and who is your team and which step are you on for the developing your product. Before everything else, why is the most important question. So I would like to ask you guys this question: why do you want to be an entrepreneur? If anyone willing to answer this, please answer. Otherwise, I'm going to direct this question to specific people. Is there anyone willing to answer with a short, brief sentence? Especially one sentence should be enough. Give me your punch sentence.
Oh, you can unmute yourself and you can answer.
Our raised hand.
Okay.
Yeah, entrepreneurship allows you to make a huge impact on the world. Yeah. So basically, the idea of changing the world, it's in my mind, and it's in my mind. So anything can help me to change to do it. I'll do it. And I experienced entrepreneurship, and I think it's the right way to change the world. Yeah. make a huge impact.
Okay, to change the world, let's say. Haha. Okay, who else? Like, do you think it's fancy to be an entrepreneur, or is it what you are living for? Do you think it's just a good way to make money because there is a lot of money to make in the world, or do you think it doesn't make sense to work somebody else, so you want to work for yourself? What's your reason?
For me, both. For me, both.
Okay,
yeah, to make money and to work for myself, not for other people.
Okay, Özer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we are working like a donkey in Turkey, we say, and and instead of working for other people and to make them rich, and this is mainly international companies that has huge impact on the world. They are international company. I'm a administrative worker also in the association, so in a company. But instead of it's not fulfilling my desires to get only the money and manage people in other side in the and as a leader and entrepreneur, it will be better for me to create things and to follow my heart, what the wind brings me to the world.
Okay. Ahmet Maji, is it correct pronunciation?
Yeah. Majdi.
Magdi. Okay, Ahmet. What's your answer? Give me your punch answer, Ahmet. Not like a story. I want your really the real reason.
The real reason that to be a successful entrepreneur, you must learn a lot of things. Really a lot of things. Like you must have a huge amount of information. And I like learning, to be honest. I like to learn like in different fields and have like different informations in different industries. So I pretty much enjoy the process of being an entrepreneur. That's it, like learning.
Okay. So you like the journey, not the result, but you like the journey.
The journey
of being an entrepreneur
will eventually lead to a hopefully good result, a successful entrepreneur, hopefully.
Okay. I'm still looking for some why, an answer for being why. Anastasia?
Yes, for me, the most exciting thing is to make my dreams come true. Basically, if I have an innovative idea, I really want it to become real. I don't want the others to make my idea happen. I want to make it myself. And this is why it's very exciting when you can. This is the reason why for me.
Okay, your connection was poor a little bit, so I couldn't hear you exactly, but you said it is your dream and you want to make your dream come true, huh?
Yes, I mean, when you have a certain innovative idea, you obviously want it to become true, and it's better to make it true yourself rather than others to make your idea true. So this is why I believe it's very important to follow your dreams and to make the things that come to your mind become true and reality.
Okay, thank you. Kadri? I like your background, Kadri.
It's okay. Thanks a lot. Actually, we aim to make people live better, and I have a lot of ideas and experiences that I want to share with other people to make them live better, and of course to gain money.
Make money. Okay. Anyone else? Maybe one more person. Katalin?
Raised hand.
For me, it's pretty complicated to answer that question because I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm an employee at Blue Colibri app. So honestly, I do not really want to be an entrepreneur. to give you a very honest answer to this question.
Okay, that's an important answer as well. You know, to know why do you want to do something and why you don't want to do something is like very important thing to clarify your future path, because the awareness of the reason of being an entrepreneur is the first step in the transformation, because it's a hard path to walk in. It's not a working in a corporation job, which everything is established for you, and you are one piece of the big system, and you are getting paid for being a piece of the system. Somebody else has been established that corporation for you, and you are just going to be a piece of it. So it's a easy path, and it's a comfort zone to make money. But being an entrepreneur is needs that requirement of you need to establish that thing. You need to establish your company, your startup. But as you know, establishing something is really hard. There are a bunch of problems that you need to face, and there are a bunch of solutions you need to find. So it's not easy to continue. And one of the other reason is failure. The fear of the failure is also holding people to being an entrepreneur, because failure, especially when you start your startup, when you start your establishment company with your big hope and with your big dreams and with your big vision, and you think it's gonna be the changing the world or best product in the market, but then you realize a failure at the end. And getting in that failure as a psychology is maybe the worst thing in the world, the hardest thing to handle. As an experienced guy about that, it's so hard to stand up again and start to build something again. It's so hard. That's why when the 95% of the entrepreneurs fail, and believe me, really less percent of that 95% are get their things together and start to do another thing, try to do second thing again. It is the key point of the success. Depending on my research, depending on my experience, it's the key point of the success to stand up again at the second time. If the second time is failure, it is maybe the hardest thing in the world to do something again the third time, because the answer, the war is between your two ears, in your head, not against the world, but against yourself. Again, to gain your self-confidence and start to do another thing is really hard. So the awareness of this, your reason, is the key point of your success, because the reason, your big important reason that you are holding to start your company, is the reason that you wake up in the morning with the energy. The reason you still stand still against the failures and the problems in the journey. This is the most important. The reason is the most important thing that you hold on in your company, in your startup career. So let's talk about the second thing, Soulset. As we know, entrepreneurs, as I said, you need to find solutions against the problems. So in order to do that, you need to be creative and you need to be productive. An entrepreneur is someone who must be more creative and who has to be more productive. But how can you do that? How can you be more productive and more creative? Because it's also the job is expecting you to work hard and to be hard, to work harder than everybody else, and put everything you have in the company to make it successful. The important thing is actually whatever you are doing in the day, you should spend some time for yourself to be creative and to be productive. You need to think about what you are doing first. As some of you will agree with me, while doing your job, while trying to put all the energy like developing your product, or if you have a product already that if you're on the market already, you need to put all the effort to sell it, to make it happen and stuff like that. But whatever the circumstances are at that point for you, you need to spend some time, you need to share some time for yourself, because you need to think about what you are doing. You need to have time to think about what you are doing and what is your next move, and what is your next move, and then next move, what is your second next move, third next move. You need to think about it. Most of us like really lost ourselves in the business, so lost the focus point of the our vision and our next step. So think about what you are doing and invest in your soul set. Meditate. Meditate sounds weird for some people. Thanks it's not anymore in recent times, so people is getting understand they understand better like the importance of the meditate. But meditate, if you think it's just like a pausing the life for a moment and spend some time for yourself, for 3 minutes, for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, whatever, is the actually sharpening your brain, gather your ideas in a sequence, and help you to move forward. So think about what you are doing, the first one, and meditate. Spend some time for your own meditation, own sharpening your mind is the second one. The third one is be with the people and be in the places that feed your creativity. So as you guys know, we are surrounded by the people who are might be negative about the life, and people, our friends or our family that like they don't think what you are doing is going to be something in the future, so they want you in a comfortable zone, they want you a good salary job, so you're always like fed by this kind of external inputs. So as an entrepreneur, to increase your creativity and productivity, you need to be with the people who are in the mindset at the same mindset with you, and you need to be in the places that like feed your creativity with the other people. So that's also a very important thing, to invest in yourself. So also take some time in the nature to pause the life and to just focus on yourself. Nature is like a miracle, has a miracle effect on the human that transform the human mind, transform the human body into stress mode to the relaxation mode, which you need. So this relaxation mode is very important for you to move one step forward. Okay, let's move to the next one, health set. Of course, I'm not going to give you advices about your health. I'm not your father, but as a friend who know the importance of what I just write here shortly, you need energy to get the things done, right? If you don't sleep well, you can't wake up with a relaxed body to start the day. If you don't relax yourself occasionally, you can't do big things. That's for sure, 100%. If you want to do something extraordinary, you need to do what other people don't do. So you need to take care of your health by, for example, one slide before I told, think about what you are doing. So think what you are doing, what is your next step while walking, for example. This is like both exercise and thinking about your next step, both in the same time. So share one time, do two things at the same time for your career, for your future. I just wanna repeat again. We all, as an entrepreneurs, we all under the pressure, and this pressure needs to be get away from our body by exercise. So wake up early. I know some of you guys are late birds, night owls. I know that, but try to wake up early and try to exercise. If you can meditate before starting the day, it gives think like you are in the competition in the entrepreneurship. You are in a competition. So most of your components, most of your rivals are waking up let's say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and they just leave the house in a rush, maybe don't have breakfast, this and that. But if you wake up 7 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours before them, and spend 1 hour for yourself, for exercising, for sharpening your mind, which let's say meditate for that, and think what is your plan today and what you are going to achieve today and tomorrow. So you get 2 hours every day more than them, which is let's say in a six days of a week, 12 hours more than them, 12 hours working time more than them. It gives you an opportunity in the component in this wild jungle. So also invest your health set. Okay, so let's talk about failure a little bit. As I said, 95% of the startups and the entrepreneurs fail. Most of the research are showing that the failure is a result of lack of business management, lack of risk management, and lack of team management. Let's go in deep to the business management first. So in the startup world, in a business management side of a startup world, of course, you guys all know about the business plans. You do that, okay, and you do your market analysis or customer profile and this and that. But are you really focusing on your business management plan, which includes mostly knowing your customer first of all? With the mentorship of my experience in mentorship with the entrepreneurs in the startup ecosystem, they mostly focus on their product, and then after they achieve it, they want to focus on the other side of the business plan later. But you need to first focus on at the same time in a coordination. You need to focus on your potential market and potential customer profile. For example, I'm going to be provocative a little bit in this section, that I am also open to your contribution to that side. So for example, is your customer is going to be a B2B or B2C? For example, if your customers are B2C, you are selling directly to the customer, are you aware that they are reluctant people? They don't want to buy your product. They are unwilling to buy your product. And are you aware that they are lazy? They need easy solutions. They are reluctant to spend money, and they are unwilling to leave their comfort zone. Yeah. So you have big ideas, you have big vision of what you are going to do, but you need to focus on your customer in this manner. In that, for example, let's think about a social media giant, Instagram. Instagram's main idea is big idea. It's connecting to the people, or actually, let's say, to be honest to each other, it's a good tool for the people to spend their time. Because as we know, all the people are trying to spend their time in this way or in that way. And Instagram, the social media, gives them to this opportunity, right? So actual basic thing in here is like just like sliding the screen, like no effort. I don't want to spend any effort. I want to be in the social life. I want to connect with the people, but I don't want to, you know, spend any energy. I don't want to consume my energy. I want the easy solution. Just one finger and slide, and I just want to connect the world like that. Nobody wants to pay anything to their free social media, for example. They are reluctant to spend their money. So your solutions, your products need to focus on the customer. And if your customer is B2C, please be aware that they are reluctant people to leave their comfort zone. And if they are, for example, a B2B, if you are selling something to the businesses, please remember that the business owners are also very clever people. So most of you guys are a company owner, a startup founder. So you are ready to leave your comfort zone. You have their own reasons, and you know, to be honest, you are more clever. You have courage. You have clever to do something. So especially if you success, if you get the success, it's not by chance. It's because you are doing things correctly. If you get the success, so please remember that if a business owner who are successful because that's why you are trying to sell something to them, they are clever people. They are clever about spending their money. So clever to not easily be convinced. You can't convince them easily to buy your product. So knowing your customer is really important thing in this thing to be not fail. So let's see what can be the solutions for that. You should analyze your potential customers with the analyzing tools. For example, Facebook pixels and conversions you can use. Google Analytics, that's like one tool that you can use. Heatmap or HubSpot is like the tools that you can use. Potential customer service, that's like a very important thing. So customer service, you can make them fill your surveys online in digital, or you can just go to the field. For example, let's say your customer profile is the people who are between 25 and 50, and you are focusing on the A and B consumer group. And let's say your customer profile is they like to hang in the Starbucks in their leisure times. So your potential customers are there to go and to talk with them and to ask surveys with clearly and honestly tell them why you are doing this survey and you are working on this product, and if they will like this product or not, or what is their problem in this solving this problem that they have. For example, in the breaking out room, Özer, who he and his friends, his co-founders, are developing a product for solving the problems of the apartments management, the big apartment complex, which is called Site management system. So one of his co-founders is now all in the Turkey, all the cities, and going to the people and knocking the doors probably and asking them what they need, what is their problems, and how they can solve it. Right, Özer? Yes.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So it's a good way to know your customer. It's a good way to get the feedbacks and develop your products according to that. So you can do it in the field, which is very important and very effective, or you can do it on the digital. And you can also do A/B tests, like preparing a landing page. Most of you guys, I bet you know what the landing pages are. You can do a landing page, and you can show you can do an A/B test for understanding the reaction from the customer. So these solutions, this trying to know your customer better, trying to know your market better, is increasing your chance of the success. Please be aware of that. These are the biggest reason of the failure of the 95% of the startups. Okay, second one is the risk management. Most startups fail because of the lack of the risk management. For example, budgeting risk. Timing risk is also one of the other things, but I'm trying to fit my given time, 45 minutes, so I'm just trying to summarize what is in my mind. So you guys have big ideas, but we need simple solutions. So start simple, trying to start simple. Because you all have a limited budget, you are probably looking for investors, or you are trying to expand your market to get more customers and to make more money. Okay, that's the meaning of startup. But we all know you have a limited budget. While you are developing your product, you need to use the time and your budget effectively and wisely. So in order to fit that budget, you one of the thing that I would like to suggest you here is focusing on making an MVP, which is a minimum viable product. Probably you all know this term, and the MVP is the shortening your time to make the product, but just find like 1, 2, or maximum 3 features of the big product, and instead of trying to do all the product ready to go before going to the market, just make the 1 or 2 feature and go to the market and see what's the market reaction. If your product is good or not, try to change your product according to the market needs, and then continue like that, instead of like spending 6 months, 8 months to make your product ready before going to the market. And then when you fail in the market, you either you both lost your 8 months, 1 year, whatever the time period, and you lost all 1 year of money. So you get not 1 or but 2 or 3 or 4 loss at the same time in case of a failure. But instead of that, shorten this time, like 3 months, and you invest your 3 months and 3 months of your budget in this project and see if it goes good or not. So for example, let's see some of the biggest names MVP, and let's see how they start. Okay, this is the Facebook. It's not Facebook, it was the Facebook at the beginning. So they start with like this. Is it clear for everyone? Yeah. So it's just like a registration buttons, and the reason of the website. That's it. So this is Airbnb. How they start. It was they started only in San Francisco region to rent houses, and they just have this. What is your travel date? And just one feature for listing the products for the house owner. The other feature is you get in and you see the product, you see the houses. That's it for Airbnb. It's that starting. This is the starting of Uber. It's just like a simple app, not like the complex app as we know today, but they start simple and they develop the product with the feedback of the market. So one of my suggestions to not fail, and if you fail to lose minimum thing, is invest your minimum time and minimum budget with an MVP, with 2 months, 3 months worth of MVP, and then go to the market and then get the feedbacks and then learn from the market and then develop your app. So one of the other reasons for the failure, as I said, these are depending on the research, the business management, lack of the business management, and the team management is one of the biggest reasons why all the startups are fail. So most startups fail because of the arguments between the founders. Isn't it funny? So we generally, let's say as a startup founders, we start with our best friends, with our buddies. Yeah, we are very good friends, so we can make a business very good, right? We start the business and there is no contract between us. There is no shared to each other. So, and then these arguments generally popped up in two times. One, everything going really bad, and second time everything is going really good. Okay, so the argument between the founders is the biggest reason of why the startups fail in the long term. The second one is the demotivated employees and hiring the wrong person to the job. So solution for that is sign a contract with the founders and employees on the very first day, and put the clear rules between the founders. You are going to do this, I am going to do this, and I am responsible from that, you are responsible from that. And for the employees as well. So, okay, starting as a startup, you don't have a budget for hiring an HR company, a human resource company. You don't have a human resource department, but to find the correct worker, to find the correct employee. But at least learn the human persona, the character types like red, blue, green, and this and that, right? You know this. Learn the simple things and know you should hire, if you are a red person, for example, and if you are going to do the sales job, don't hire someone who is yellow as a persona and push that person to the sales job. So if you need a salesperson, learn the persona types and find an employee according to that. If you are a yellow person, if you are just a technical mind kind of person, find your co-founder as a salesperson, for example. So unite your two different powers and make a one good team. And don't forget to delegate the work correctly and efficiently. Okay. I think I use my time efficiently. I'm not sure. So thank you for your time and listen me. And if you have any questions, I'm here to answer. And please also contribute what I have told, so we can develop this. If you have extra things to add in this